Today is World Mental Health Awareness Day. 2/3 of all New Zealanders deal with a significant episode of mental illness in their lives. Community providers and professionals have been promoting their services in Dunedin's Octagon as part of events throughout the country. Dunedin-based clinical psychologist Dr. Kumari Valentine says it's important for people to learn that mental illness is nothing to be scared of.
So I think there's a lot of fear around mental health. People have a lot of misconception, for example, that if you are mentally unwell, then you're no longer able to function or you've lost your mind. I think many of us identify that our mind is integral to who we are as human beings.
A free sausage sizzle and entertainment helped entice people to the Octagon, where they received free advice about improving their mental well-being. Dunedin's Emergency Psychiatric Service, known as EPS, is frequently a first point of call for those experiencing a major episode in themselves or a loved one. The clinical charge nurse of the service, who also looks after outpatient groups, reports steady business in recent years, seeing an average of 30 people per day.
So EPS is there for people with a known or suspected mental illness, and it's there so there's a level of urgency around it. So if it can't wait to see your own GP the next day, then absolutely you should get in touch with us.
The theme of Mental Health Awareness Week is reconnecting with nature, and that's one piece of advice that sits well with Sport Otago. The organisation has its own green prescription service for maintaining good mental health.
One thing that we see a lot is people coming in and not feeling confident about themselves. So what we do is we set little goals in place to get them active. So it might not be physical activity to start with, could just be getting out of bed in the morning. And then what we do is we build that up to a series of bigger goals. What we do also is we look at self-esteem, motivation, getting support services in. So it's not just about physical appearance, it's mental health, emotional health, and what we can do to support you through that.
A green prescription may help prevent a hospital stay in some cases, but those who are hospitalised often need some form of meaningful occupation on the road to recovery. For 30 years, Art Centre has provided a space where people who use mental health services can create art, and some clients were performing today.
Well, it can be challenging, and one of the people who was going to perform today didn't, because they just felt that it was too difficult for them. So it is a challenge, being out in public, putting yourself out there, and being watched and looked at is always a challenge for anybody, really.
Today is World Mental Health Awareness Day the world over, but in the South there are several events running throughout the week. Daryl Baser, The South Today.